Whoa, okay. So the earlier shot you just saw was a 202 in McKellips, a torrential downpour there. And this is our 12 News weather tracker here, kind of getting off the road because you just saw the other view right there. Look at that. It looks like a mini lake.
Water, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like those folks right there in that car, they may have stalled. We're not sure. Again, look at the truck in the back.
Yeah,
it is attempting to go through this.
All those other cars in the background, they're all stopped.
And it's almost like, don't you see the car in front of you right there that is stalled and they are out of the car pushing it through, but clearly the truck doesn't care.
He's got a big old truck.
Right through. Yeah, but still, you know, you just don't know how deep it is. And you can see that line of cars in the back. Look at how high up that water is. It is up to the almost half of that car in the front.
They're at the top of the wheels.
Yeah.
Now, this is a case of where obviously this area, we're not exactly sure of the location.
We'll get a locator on this, but I think it's still South Phoenix.
A bad drainage, or maybe it is prone to flooding when we get a lot of rain in a situation like this, and you just get a lot of that water that's collecting in some of these intersections and on some of these roads.
And look at this car right here, and they are so lucky that, and it's kind of a small SUV that was able to get through that, but I can't believe that these cars are taking the risk of going through this and knowing that there's a car parked over to the side that just stalled.
Yeah, maybe they figure if I go slowly,
okay, but
can make it through.
I mean, Chris, this has to be at least 2 feet. Look at how deep that is.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to judge.
It's coming up over, you know, even when you're going through it, the top of the wheel. And then they're so lucky. And then there's some cars back there you can see on the left that maybe thinking twice about it. I can see emergency crews actually.
It's awfully tempting to want to drive through there just to get to where you need to go.
Right, because you're in a rush. You need to go places, right?
And as far as I know, the Arizona Stupid Motors Law does not apply to places that are not marked off as don't go through here. This is a flooded intersection.
Yeah.
So people, hey, if it's not marked off, but this really just happened.
Just happened.
Within the last half hour to an hour or so.
And again, a line of cars. We're not sure what looks to be that Honda right there in the front, what they're doing, but the car right next to it, you can tell the emergency lights are on. Maybe they could be stuck as well.
It's like he's just trying to turn around and.
Which is a great idea. And actually, some of the cars, that truck, it looks like almost is doing the same thing. That, you know what, not worth it. However, that SUV. Taking the risk, but look at how deep that water is, just, you know, gushing over almost touching the front of the hood, and you know, you can see the water is going above the wheel. That is deep, and again, you just don't know. You know, there could be debris in the road, there can be all sorts of things that can ruin your tires, ruin your engine. The car right here to the right, they're obviously having issues because took the risk.
And that reminds me of another issue. If you live in one of those neighborhoods that has like a green belt, which a retention pond, I lived for a while, 15 years ago, in the South Chandler area, and we had next to our house, the green belt was a retention pond, and it filled up with
all kinds of
3-4 feet of water because everything that drained off drained into that area. But then the kids in the neighborhood thought it was great fun to go play in there, ride their bikes through, and to do some makeshift surfing. But you don't know what is in that water, and it's probably not a good idea.
Deep. Yeah, it's so
swim in your backyard swimming pool and not in the dirty runoff water, and that's probably a safe thing to do.
That gush. Okay, I still want to leave it on this. This is just incredible video that we're seeing right here, Crystal. But let's leave it on this. Just because, you know, this is what I don't understand. There's an emergency crew down the way. You can see the flashing lights there. And I don't know. I mean, you would think that they're trying to block off the road and not let people go through because that's one more rescue that they'd have to do.